There's no one here. Nothing. Nothing is going on. Hello, Mr. Chris. Hello. This is the news. Unfortunately, what? Sorry? Oh, okay. Good news. Mr. Chris is here, and he's on next. Bye. And today we're doing the letter N, which you make with your N, with your tongue going up behind your teeth, like that. Now it's time to sing and clap, sing and clap, sing and clap. Now it's time to sing and clap all together. And now it's time to smell something with your nose. Smell something with your nose. Smell something with your nose. Now it's time to smell something with your nose. All together. And now it's time to nod your head. Nod your head. Nod your head. Now it's time to nod your head. Yeah. All together. It's time to be really noisy. Be really noisy. Oh, be really noisy. Way. Now it's time to be really noisy. All together. So how are you doing? Lots of N words. Kind of funny letter N. And how do you do N with your hands? One hand out. And two fingers together, put on your palm. That's a N, a N. Do you remember L was one finger, L, and M for mother was three fingers. But N for nuts is two fingers. Okay, so let's think of some other words that start with a N. There's nighttime, nighttime. That's nice. And now and next. But I was particularly interested in no words. There are words that start with N. No, like no, that's a word. No. And not, like not now, sorry, not now. Or nobody, like when we started, there was nobody here. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. And nowhere. Nowhere to go. Or nothing. All these words, they're all no words, aren't they? But let's start with one of these songs that is kind of like got a no in it. It's a song we've done before, and I like it. And it's the doctor, and he's saying no more jumping on the bed. But does anyone listen? No, they don't. Five little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off, boing, and bumped her head. Mummy phoned the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Four little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off, boing, and bumped his head. Mummy phoned the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. I told you before, didn't I? Three little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off, boom, boom, back, and bumped her head. Mummy phoned the doctor, and the doctor said again, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. How many times? Two more monkeys jumping on the bed. One little monkey jumped on the bed, one fell off and Mummy found the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. And how many monkeys were left? None. There were no monkeys left. They're all gone to hospital, I think. They're not very well. So let's try one of these poems. This one's called Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate that we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. 'Tis he who always tears our books, who leaves the door ajar. He pulls the button from our shirts and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always squeak, for prithee, don't you see, we leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. He puts damp wood upon the fire that kettle cannot boil. His are the feet that bring in mud and all the carpet soil. The papers always are mislaid. Who had them last but he? There's not one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody. The finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. Oh no, we never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill. The boots that lying round you see are not our boots, no. They all belong to Mr. Nobody. Here's a book telling you not to do things. Of course, whenever people tell you not to do things, then you're, oh, I want to do it now. This one's called Don't Put Your Finger in the Jelly. It's very silly. Don't put your finger in the jelly. Don't put your finger in the jelly, Nelly. I told you not to do it. You might upset a jellyphant. Dun dun dun. Don't put your finger in the pie, Guy. The orangutan won't like it. Oh. Don't put your finger in the cheese, Louise. You'll get caught by an alligator. Don't put your finger in the jam, Sam. It's clawberry flavour. Don't put your finger in the pasta, Jocasta. You'll wake up the spaghetti. Don't put your finger in the milkshake, Jake. There's a octopus about. Don't put your finger in there, Claire. Unless you like donuts, that is. The end. So silly, silly. Okay, let's quick review of our fingers. So hands out, okay, and A, B, K, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Let's have a quick look at the book. Okay, so we've got A for alligator, B for book, K for cat, D for dog, E for elephant, F for fish, G for gate, H for house, I for insect, J for jelly, K for key, L for lion, M for monkey, jumping on the bed, and N for nighttime. Another good N word is noisy. Noisy, things that are noisy. Oh, what's noisy? I suppose it's something that doesn't sound, doesn't sound like music. It doesn't sound nice. It's kind of a bit annoying. Nino, 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 Nino. What other noisy things are there? A plane. Meow. A radio. La 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 la. A clock. Drill, zzz, zzz. Telephone, ring, 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 ring. Donkey, and a lawnmower. Actually, lots of words start finish with N, like moon, or a can, or a man, or a woman. They all finish with N. But here's a song that finishes with someone's nose being snipped up. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was open, they all began to sing. Now wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in his counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlour, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes. Along came a big blackbird and snipped at her nose. Time to go home, time to go home. We are all singing, it's time to go home. Time to go home, time to go home. We are all waving goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Well, thank you for listening and watching. And next time we'll be doing the letter A, E, I, O. Oh. Until then, bye.